Every year that I do these shows, I get asked, how'd you do that? So I thought I'd make this video in hopes that you can understand a little bit what goes into making one of these light shows. What you're looking at here is the actual setup used for the show. This was PVC pipe with actuators for the geysers and whatnot. That was the Firefly control box used to control the 16 individual pixels there, which I could use any color in the world. I use that effect quite often. Now if we walk up the pathway here, I can show you the behind the scenes look. That's the flag light spotlight we used. I used a projector this year as part of my finale. It happened to be a Michael Jackson tribute. There is the computer and the FM transmitter. If we open up this box here, you can see the DCX16 controllers. They control the actual flashers themselves, the strobe lights that were used along the balustrade and in the bushes. And if we follow these cords along, you'll see one of 3 ACX16 boxes. These were used to control the floodlights and the actuators. One of the boxes had to be modified in order to allow the lower voltage to go through. I just used a transformer for that. That way I could keep from blowing up the actuators. Let's go ahead and head down the pathway here. I can show you the setup one more time. We'll zoom in real quick on one of the lights there to show you the strobe lights. And then there's an example of the floodlights with the cords going all the way back. I used electrical tape tightly wrapped around it to prevent any issues of water leaking in. And there you see the 2 hoses that used PSI pressure. And that about does it. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the steps necessary to make this show a reality. Let's bring up a still shot. I can show you how the system is set up in 3 main components. You have the left, the center, and the right geysers. We have the misters along the front there with the Firefly pixels you can see. From this angle you can get a better view of the oscillator there in the center. It was taped shut to prevent it from going forwards or backwards, right where the green light where the 2 hose inputs were at. There's the amount of pressure I needed to get the system going. Here you can see the 3 ACX boards with the Firefly controllers and the 20 floodlights used to get this show going. The system is kind of there off in the back there in the backyard. This shot shows the geysers that pointed straight in the air with the floodlights surrounded by the misters and the Firefly weatherproof box that kept the controller safe from all the water that was coming back down again. Here are 2 of the flashers used in the show. These are the ones in the bushes there. I also had them along this front balustrade here as part of the effects for the red, for the bombs bursting in the air song. And here is the DCX board used to control those. I used an old computer power supply to give it its power. And here is one of 3 ACX16 boxes. I separated them into 3 as a precaution. In case one of the boxes happened to fail because water got into an outlet, the other ones would continue working because they were all on separate outlets there. If you look in the bottom left, you can see the transformer used to bring the power down for the actuators to a level that wouldn't blow up the actuators. And there was the other box for the other floodlights there, right there. And that pretty much about does it there. Here's another final shot of the front yard there and the system when it's set up in show condition. And thanks for watching, and I hope this gives you some ideas for what you can do for your own shows. This informational video is just that, information. If you use any of the ideas here for your own projects, follow all safety precautions. Water and electricity don't mix. Use only GFCI approved outlets and power strips on your controllers. Tightly wrap all 3 prong connections with electrical tape, elevate the plug, and place the plug as far away from the water as possible. Failure to do so may result in injury or death. Sprinkler actuators also require lower voltages to run. Use an appropriate transformer to power the A side of your controller. I use 24 volts AC current. Higher voltages will destroy the actuators. Thanks for watching.